Welcome to another video lesson. This one's a long one, but it contains some very important information. You might even find yourself going back to relook at some of these tips and pausing them. So, you don't have any other assignments to do today after this, so sit back, relax, and maybe grab a beverage, some popcorn, and enjoy how to revise an essay. Now, this isn't necessarily something you're to be marked on, but first, get rid of your boring titles. I can't believe how many people have the title, My How-To Essay. Get rid of it, lose it. Here's an example of a boring title. How to build your PC for gaming. Custom build your PC for the ultimate gaming experience. All right. Another boring title, how to make the basketball team. How about how to stand out at basketball tryouts, learn the tricks to make the team, impress the coach, survive the cut. Now, when making your second draft, you want to consider the following things: content, organization, vocabulary, and sentence structure. And this is just like your paragraph. So let's talk content. Are your ideas interesting, well chosen, and developed? Or do you repeat yourself? Can you express your ideas in a better way? So here's an example of a student essay that was, well, somewhere between a 2 and a 3. It's a little bit simplistic and the ideas were weak. At best, the supporting details were general. Did it appeal to the reader's interests? Maybe. It's somewhere in between a 2 or a 3. Now, I know you guys are high achievers. You are go-getters. You are not happy with just a 2 or a 3 out of 5. You want more. So I know you want me to show you how to make supporting details that are specific, or the best supporting details that are precise. So I took the student work that was between a 2 and a 3 and changed it to somewhere around a 4 or a 5. So here's the original piece as the student wrote it. There are 3 steps to planning a prank. First, you'll need to pick what prank to do. It has to be mean, but not too mean. You need to find out their daily routines so you know when they're going to be where you want them to be. Then, depending on what they do, you would have a lot of options. Then you have to research the prank and make sure you know exactly what you are doing. Then you know what you are doing and gotta stay focused. So now you just have to figure out when to do the prank, which is also why you need to know their daily routine if they have one. But to be a good planner, you need to know how to help to keep it a secret or your plan will be ruined. Oh my God, if they write, you need to know one more time, I'm gonna throw up. Okay, so this is some work which really needs some revision. So I took this work and jazzed it up. But before that, did you notice how they wrote first, then, and then? Don't do that. You could say first, second, or third, or first, secondly, or thirdly. Okay, now here is what the revised copy looked like. I liked their basic ideas. They had some good ideas about planning a prank that's mean and not too mean. So what I did was I took the good stuff and I just made their details specific. So here's how the piece looks. Pick a prank. It's okay to be a little bit mean, but not too mean. Avoid anything that would make too much of a mess, such as plastic wrap on the toilet seat. Tricking them into thinking a friend was killed is too far. You don't want to put them in psychological distress. Try tampering with something they'll encounter in their daily routine. Place a solo cup of water above their bedroom door, sneak fake bugs in their favorite cereal box, or fill the bottom of their shoes with shaving cream. Elaborate pranks may require stealth and planning. Remove the underwear from their drawer and hide it. Duct tape an air horn to the bottom of an office chair, or stuff a room with 100 balloons. If you aren't keen on these ideas, a simple internet search will reveal a treasure trove of fun pranks. But to be a good planner, you need to know how to keep it a secret or your plan will be ruined. The first one was so vague, it didn't even give us some fun pranks, and now we have something which is enjoyable. All right. Another thing you need to do is eliminate redundancies. What is a redundancy? That's when you repeat yourself. You don't want to repeat yourself. It's boring when you repeat yourself, and it's monotonous when you repeat yourself and you be redundant. So don't be redundant. Please don't be redundant. You get the idea. Eliminate redundancies. Next up, be concise. Being concise means expressing a lot in a small amount of space. So here is a concluding paragraph from someone this year. This concludes my guide on how to survive junior high. I hope you learned something new and have a great first year of junior high. As long as you follow this guide, things will go smoothly and you'll have a great year of junior high. High school is a different story. This is a good paragraph. It's well written, but there's a problem. The problem is that the writer uses great first year twice. We don't need that. We don't need that at all. Let's get rid of that. Not only that, let's get rid of this entire sentence. We don't need to say, this concludes my guide on how to survive junior high. We know it's a concluding paragraph because it's at the end. We can get rid of this entire thing. Bada bing, bada boom, gone. And now we have something so much better. As long as you follow this guide, things will go smoothly and you'll have a great year of junior high. High school is a different story. We made it stronger by getting rid of the stuff we didn't need that was boring. And now there's room to add even a couple more sentences that are good. Okay, now do not use phrases such as I am going to talk about. In this essay you'll be learning about. And now the next steps that you need to do. These are meaningless phrases that just slow your essay down. Get rid of them entirely. Now I know that you might think writing a lot is a good thing. For your body paragraphs, you need 8 good sentences. So you might think, okay, I just gotta write a lot and then it'll be good. Well, sometimes it's actually better to write less, but write better. So here's something that a student wrote which took 60 words. Also, you have to learn how to shoot and pass when you're skating. You can help with that by doing passing drills and shooting drills at practice, and when you have any free time at home. All you have to do is grab a stick and puck and shoot at a target. It helps with your aim and accuracy. This student had some good ideas about improving at hockey. But look at how I took the student's work, shortened it, and made it better by shortening it. 38 words. Master shooting and passing while skating by completing drills at practice. To improve aim and accuracy at home, set up targets by swift tacking a square foot plywood piece to each corner of the net and shoot away. So I reduced the number of words and I didn't lose any of the content. In fact, I even added some extra ideas. When you're concise, you'll actually make room for good ideas by clearing up valuable real estate that the bad ones were occupying. So when you're writing, think of what can you eliminate that's not really saying something? How can you express the same thought but in a smaller amount of space? And that'll overall make your work better. Let's talk about organization. Does your hook grab the reader's attention? Is your thesis statement effective? Do your topic sentences and paragraph clearly guide the reader? Keep in mind our intros and conclusions are typically a bit shorter than the body paragraphs, but they should be developed. Do your closing sentences offer something new? Or are you just saying, that's my closing sentence? Stop doing that. Your closing sentences should leave an impact. Do you arrange your details in a logical order? And do you use transition sentences or words? What are transition words? Well, I showed you some, firstly, secondly, thirdly. There's a few more here. Feel free to pause it and look at them. All right, so let me give an example of a student in our class who wrote a great transition sentence. Well, I showed you some transition words, but what's a transition sentence? Well, transition sentence is this. It's good to end the paragraph with a concluding thought. But it's even better in an essay to end the paragraph with a concluding thought that blends into the next paragraph. And that's why it's called a transition sentence rather than a closing sentence. Now, this student wrote about robbing a bank. I believe it was the third paragraph was about assembling a team, and the fourth paragraph was about avoiding getting caught. Notice that this student skillfully ended the paragraph of assembling a team, but also introduced the next point about avoiding getting caught. This is an example of a perfect transition sentence. With this motley crew of ragtag hoodlums, make your escape and go. See if you can make your sentences transitional sentences rather than closing ones. All right, you might also want to consider paragraphs and how you organize them. One student this year wrote about surviving in the wilderness, and she put that the first step was to find food, the second step was to find shelter, and the third step was to find water. That might not be the best way to organize those 3 main point paragraphs. Ask yourself this: what's the priority? What is the best way to organize